Hey Pradeep, though. Not sure what's happening. Why is no one joining?
Sir, I think this session was about to start at 1:30 now, so maybe that's it.
Oh.
Okay. Can you put up a message in that group, our group?
Okay, a
For
lot of people are saying today's link is not found. Okay. Okay, let me try to find the link and send it over then. Just give me a second. Is it possible? I mean, like, there was a person who was forwarding the links, right?
Yes.
Can you ask them to again send it?
Yeah, we have sent already on our group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just put up a message in that NSCCX SOS group. Asking
Okay.
people to.
I'm unable to find that group. 1 second. I'm even part of it. Okay, I'm not able. Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah, it is already sent, right? Okay, someone has sent like 1.5 hours ago. Okay, let's see.
I was a teenage college.
Right, could be possibly. Yeah, Rajiv.
I think you also put up a message in the SOS group also. Divjot has not put up there.
Yeah, I have done that. I'll just forward this one. So in all the 4 groups, or which one? Is it the web development group?
There is this web dev bootcamp group.
No, that is what I am in currently. I guess there was a different group. Okay, this is our discussion group. Got it.
Oh, it was our group. You have resent the message on our group.
Yeah, I resent the message on our group, yes. So I resent it twice in our group and also the SOS group. Okay, sorry
Yes.
about the delay. So let's wait for another 5 minutes and then we can start it. Another 5 minutes, please, and then we can start it. Hey everyone, good morning, and sorry about the delay. I thought it was 8:30 and then I came in, and I mean my time wise, I felt that it's like 8:30, 8 o'clock. So I'm sorry for the 15 minutes delay, and unfortunately, this happened. Okay, so last time when we saw, it was all basically how we can cope up with different types of things. So today what we will be doing is we are going to recreate something using React. So before that is the third part. So second part is we will try to start with something basic. Okay, so basically there are different ways to start with React. So what I'm going to teach you today is the most easiest way. Do you want the most easiest way, or do you want the most hardest way?
Obviously, the easiest.
Exactly. So let's go with the easiest way first. So so you all are familiar with the things that you want to have in your computer, right? So Node.js, etc. But in this easiest way, you don't need anything. You all need is one single browser. Okay, let me share my screen and show you what exactly is that easiest way. And before that, let's get this thing done too. Okay, amazing. So there is a website called react.new, and this will send you this code sandbox link. Okay, so once we start this, it gives you a React.js user interface, which is technically a VS Code in the hoods, and then this is the basic structure. Okay, the first thing is make sure you are asking all the questions so I'll be able to happily answer them. Okay, let's go through the document structure. Basically, if you want to start with React.js projects, you will have these basic boilerplate. So boilerplate code is something like you have something to start with, and on top of it, you will build something. Okay. So this is the basic boilerplate you will get. Any JavaScript or Node.js projects will have something called as package.json. So this is for the Node.js side of things, where you will be able to find a lot of crazy things. I'll just explain everything quickly. So basically a package.json, you need to understand that there is a name of the package, then the version, what version you are working with, and then here's a description of what exactly this project is. And then you have some keywords to search with. Then what is the main file that you need to start with? So here it is the src/index.js. The dependencies. See, you are going to create a React application, but you are not going to code React, right? So React DOM, the React scripts to start with, the tooling, etc. All these things are dependencies that you are not coding. So you would be having everything taken from the other sources. Then there are some dev dependencies as well. So what are dev dependencies? Whenever you are trying to work locally, you might need more things to make it run. So it gives you a lot of information. So those are dev dependencies. For example, when you are running locally, you need a Babel runtime. What is a Babel? Have you heard of Babel fish from Star Trek? Anyone? Babel is a transpiler. So it is going to transpile from JSX, which is the highest level of language. So what we will be working with in React is a language called as JSX. It is not JavaScript, it is not HTML, it is a combination of JavaScript and XML. It is called as JSX. And to convert JSX into JavaScript, there are three processes. First, JSX will be converted into the latest version of JavaScript with class components and classes and other things. So that will not be understood by all the browsers. Then that is called as ES6. So JSX to ES6 transpilation, and then ES6 to ES5 transpilation will happen. So there are like these two levels of translation will happen. So that is called as transpiling process, and this transpiling process will be done by Babel runtime. And then we have got all the other scripts that going to help us. So these are the scripts to run. So first thing is you need to start the application. So you are going to start with you are going to see something like this. So whenever you do any kind of changes, you would be able to see this quickly. For example, they have asked us to edit the app.js. So if I'm saying like hi SOS, you would be able to see it quickly on the right side. So that's exactly what happens with hot module replacement. Okay, coming back to our package.json. So these are different ways to run the application. First thing is starting the application. So you want to start it locally, you'll be using npm start. Then there is npm build. What build does is you're not going to run it locally for development purposes, but you want to send it to the production level or like the real website. So that time you will be doing npm run build. It will create a folder, and in that folder will have 3 files. One is HTML, another file is CSS, another file is JavaScript. That's it. Everything will be added in that. So that is for the production build. It will be compressed and it will have unreadable code, etc., because it will be extremely performing, like performance will be high. Then there is test. How many of you have got any idea about unit testing? Okay, who do not know unit testing? Who doesn't know unit testing? Okay, so this is for unit testing. And then npm run eject. This is a special command which avoids all the toolings. So for now, at this point, everything will be taken care by the React scripts. So this time, if you do npm run eject, what happens is it is not going to have all these different tools, but instead it will ask us to automatically do every single thing manually. So that is the difference between having a tool like React scripts without React scripts. So right now we have got all these files and folders, right? So all these will be deleted if you do npm run eject. That is the simple idea about what npm run eject does. Okay, coming back to what we are working on. So we have got these folder structures. So you have a public folder and a source folder. So if you see the public folder, there is an index.html file. So index.html file will be loaded first, and then it has got all these different meta tags. So if I try to open this in a new window, so here you could see that it says React app, right? If I change something to SOS React app, SOS app, and then, okay, let me save it. And let's save this as well. So now if I run this, you could clearly see that it says SOS app and then hello SOS comes in. So this is now a valid link. So anyone can access it from anywhere. So this is one easy way to deploy React. How easy was this? Anything? Anyone? Okay, so that's it. So it's a simple step process. It's very easy. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is trying to understand what exactly there is there in the HTML file. So basically, you don't even have a script tag here, right? There are no script tags at all because the Webpack, the React scripts will take care of that. So you have only one div ID root and come back to index.js. So basically, even this is not required. So we are going to get rid of this. So you are importing the app from this, but for now, let's not do anything. I'm going to say H1. So if I do this and refresh this page, so basically you get hello SOS. So basically in this, what do you have is, there is one root element, which is this one. We don't even need to do this way. So there is this create root file, and then on create root, we are going to render this hello SOS. So when you are doing the render, this is JavaScript. So this part is JS, and this part is HTML. So together both is called JSX. So basically you have a combination of both JavaScript and HTML. Is that clear? Any questions so far? Amazing. Okay, superb. Now I'm going to clear all the drawings. Now let's undo all the crazy things that we did. So we want an application. The main reason why React was created was to enable splitting of the same page. So basically we took the Wikipedia example, right? Hello Wikipedia. So let's accept all. And if you see this, again, when we saw Wikipedia last time, it was totally different. Now we are seeing it in a different way. So this particular page has got a lot of things like header, footer, the sidebar. We'll just consider that way. Okay. So if we have, let's say, in the SRC, if you want a file called header, we'll be using JS, not HTML. Okay. And then in this one, we are going to create one single function. We'll name the same file name as this. Say, so this is header file. Tell me if there is any questions in this. So far, header file. We are creating a header. The header layout. No questions, right? Clear, right? This is just a function. So in this return statement, I'm giving h1 and I'm putting a header slash h1. And I'm also doing export default. Or I can do export default header. Okay, any questions? So I'm having a function that returns header and I'm exporting it in the default way. We'll just copy this whole thing and then I'm going to create another file, footer.js. I'm going to change the head into foot. That's it. Clear? And then another one file, sidebar.js. Same thing, sidebar. Three things. Any doubts? Any questions? Instead of sidebar, we can make it as navbar so that we are going to use the nav. Okay. Okay. Now, basically, if we want to import all these things, all we need to do is, I'm going to send it as JSR. Okay. I'm going to get rid of all these things. So if I do, we did header. Multiple things. Okay. So let's say I have div 2 times, right? I double click or I click on div. I press Ctrl D on Windows or Command D on Mac. It selects the word. I press the Command D or Ctrl D once again. It selects multiple times. Keshav, is this clear? Amazing. Okay, so we have the header here. Subra, now what else we have? Nav. So always close the tag. If you just leave the tag open, it is going to throw an error. So close the tag if there is no children. Then what is the next one? What's the next one? Next tag. Footer. Amazing. So you got header, nav, footer, right? Cool. So basically this is how you import all these things. Okay. So this is the importing thing. So you already have imported app in the index.js. That's how it gets mounted on the thing. And we have got the app. Now basically, we will be using something called as, instead of class component, we have got state component. There are like two types of components, stateful components and stateless functional components. What what is here is stateless components. Now let's consider what are all these states. Okay, so I'm going to do class app extends component, and it needs to have a render function, and render will have a return statement. And then we can do export default app. I guess I made a mistake. Okay, so both the things are similar. So here, the app is a class component. A class component is something like, okay, I want someone to unmute yourself and talk. Who is ready? Yeah, I'll explain again. That is why I want someone to unmute yourself and talk. Who is ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Who was it? Again, you went on
So
mute.
Keshav.
Keshav. Okay, Keshav. Keshav, tell me where I was born.
So India.
Okay, so you know that you're from your assumption or knowledge, you're saying India. Okay, I'm gonna tell one more thing. I'm gonna give you an input. Hey Keshav, I was born in Chennai. Okay, now again I'm asking you, where was I born?
So Chennai.
Amazing. So what happened here is, so Keshav, you are a component. Okay, so now initially when I asked you for a data, you had no data or you had some assumed data. Okay, and when I gave an input as a data through something called as props, you got an idea of, okay, you got a new information and you stored and you, okay, Keshav, where was I born again?
So Chennai.
You're exactly getting the same answer again, which is actually stored in your brain, which is called as state. Okay, so there are two types of data in a component. One is state, which is called as the common sense that you have got already. The app component, the component will already have some memory in it. That memory is called as state. So anything that comes as new is called props. So that is how states and props are different. Now, do you understand this? Any questions with respect to states and props? We will see in detail how those two things work. Keshav, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Was it clear?
Yes, sir.
Amazing, sir. Okay, now let's go back to our React part. So let's create a small component called, who was that, by the way, who just talked for a few minutes?
So Keshav.
So Keshav, okay. So we are going to create a component called Keshav. So class Keshav extends component. Let's say, let's make these things into Praveen itself. Okay. So now Keshav has to tell something, right? So return. Let's say you have to have a city. For now you have got so now if you see this, we have got something like this, and after the nav we are going to give Keshav here. Okay, so basically Keshav says that Praveen was born in India. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I want to give something new. Okay, if so, let's say so basically Keshav did not get any idea about where I was born, so I'm gonna give a place as Chennai. Now Keshav says that Praveen was born in Chennai. Now this is the props and this is the state. State can be modified. Okay. For example, let's say you get a prop. So what you can do is, there is something called as component dead mount, where you'll be getting some props. If this dot props dot place, then this dot set state. Okay, there should be some previous props or something. Okay, let's do one thing. Place is this dot props dot place. So if you see here, at this point of time, let's see the state value as well. Okay, we are not only returning, is the dot after this, dot for this, full stop, nothing else. This full stop, Chennai dot India dot, it's just the normal thing. This is just a full stop here. Okay. Okay. Now you cannot return two elements here. So for example, if I do a paragraph here and put another paragraph here, there are like two paragraphs. A return statement can have only one return statement, right? So similarly, you can have only one return statement. So instead, you can use a fragment, an empty tag. Okay. So this is an empty tag. So now you can have how many ever statements you want. Basically, the one which I love is, there is this pre-tag. Okay. So why pre-tag? Here, if I do json.stringify, let's say there is a person, there is a name, we have Keshav. Yeah, I'll just tell you what exactly happened. It counts space. Nafis, I don't understand. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question? Or say something? Keshav, where were you born?
Sir, Rohini.
Sorry?
Sir, New Delhi.
Or New Delhi. Okay. So this shows in a very bad way. So what we can do is, we can give a command null, comma 2. Yes, sir. Pre-tag will count space. Yes. Okay. Now if you see this, the pre-tag is so good. This is allowing me to see what is there inside a element or object or something like that, right? So if this is a string, I can show it as string, and maybe we can add a age as well. I'm just putting 20. Okay. So if you see that, we can clearly see that this is a string, this is a string, this is an integer, it's a number, etc., etc. So this is very good in terms of debugging your variables. Okay. So here we are not going to debug this guy, this person guy. So just for your idea, I gave this. The reason why I use pre-tag is pre-tag will take care of the spacing as exactly how you are giving it. So that's why I use this for all the coding related stuff. Now, if I want to do, let's say state, this dot state, and props, this dot props. So did you see what happened here? So when Keshav did not get any idea of what exactly is being given, the state, the current idea that Keshav had was Praveen was born in India. Nothing else. No new information was given. So let's say we can give Keshav gender, we will give as male. Then what else we can give? Hello world. And if you want to send some numbers, we will be using, this is JavaScript, and we are going to give the number thing. And we can also give this way, like for example, name and age, or gender and age. We can give something like a string here, which concatenates both male, comma, plus 20. Or if you are using a high-tech thing like the latest ones, you can even give new gender or something like that. So what I would do is I would use this kind of backticks, and I can give 20 here, or any kind of like new date dot to string or get time. Oh, actually I can use date dot now. Okay, something like this. So I'm so sorry, this new gender and age gives a super huge number here. So okay. So for any questions, so these are different props that's given to Keshav, but unfortunately Keshav still has not guessed my place correctly, still says India, because I did not give the correct property, which is the place. So this is how the different components. So here you have a Praveen component sending data to a component which is there inside Praveen component called Keshav. There are like actually multiple Keshav components. So now you understand how React can do multiple things quickly, right? So all you need to do is add few things and then you are done. Okay. So any questions so far? So can everyone have a quick voice, like talk once, because a lot of people are not talking. Okay, Keshav, Nafis, Rajiv, Varsha. Varsha, any question? Krishna?
No, sir.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, super. So that's about the props and states. And now let's do something really interesting. So what about, okay, I'm going to start with something like how to update state. So basically you can update the state. Only thing that you can update is your state. That means, can you have control over what I talk, but you have control over what you talk, right? So similarly, an app can control the own state here, but not the props. So using this .set state, the app can control the contents of the state. So that is one thing, but props, unfortunately, app cannot control. So now we are going to do something else using a simple click action or something like that. So let's try to use a button or something like that, and then we are going to use the clicking or event listeners, etc. And then we are going to try that to try to change the content. So let's say Keshav has got a button, and this button, when clicked, this will change the state to change place. Unfortunately, you cannot change anything which comes as a prop, but you can actually change the state. Now, we can do something like a handle button click. So first thing will be an event. We don't want the button to refresh the page, so we are going to give event.prevent default. Button should not refresh the page. And now on click, what we are going to do is handle button click. Okay. Now we can do a window.alert. You clicked the button, and then clicking on this, it says you click the button. So it is working fine. Now the next thing that we are going to do is, I don't want to show this one. Instead, I want to set the state as New Delhi. So basically, the idea of your understanding will change even by interacting with you. Let's say again, I come and say, change the place or something like that. Okay. So I click it here. Now it says Praveen was born in New Delhi. Interesting. I was not born in New Delhi, but let's look at this. Here it shows both Chennai. The reason is this component is different from this component. Okay. So there are two components, one Keshav and two Keshav. the Keshav 1 is understanding that I was born in New Delhi. Okay, fine. And Keshav 2 was already given a new information that I was born in Chennai through props. But at the same time, there is a new information that's coming directly to Keshav. Like Keshav realizes that, okay, it could not be this or something like that. So change place. Place has been changed here. But why does this still say it this way? Okay, it is because the way I have used this using props. The props will take more serious things. So if I get rid of this one, okay. So now if you have this as New Delhi, changes to New Delhi. At this time, you have got both the state and props as Chennai because I said that I was born in Chennai. So again, I'm doing the change place. But still, even though the props hard-coded is going Chennai, you can change your assumption to New Delhi. So that's how the states and props work. Okay, any questions with respect to states and props and this click event functionality? So basically, did you understand all these things? So on click event is like on click, you're going to do this.
So when we remove that previous line stating that this dot prop dot place.
This dot prop dot
On line 24, we removed.
Okay, so
Like,
I
statement.
hard coded it in such a way that in case if the props is not given, then use the state, but that was actually a wrong code, which if the state changes, then the props need to change, right? Sorry, if the state changes, the later state needs to reflect, right? So basically what I did is, if you have not given the prop at that point of time, okay, now this, okay, it still works. I don't understand how. Okay, yeah. So basically, if prop was given, if prop was not given, show the state. If not, show the prop. That was the content here. So, but what we are handling is here itself. When the document loads, if the prop.place is given, set the place to the props. That is what I'm loading here. So it is an irrelevant one, or it is a bad code, which should not happen. So either you have to have this code or you have to have that code, and this is the better code. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Did I confuse you? Is everyone clear? Okay. All right. So now we have got this particular setup here. We can get rid of everything except the main part. So I'm going to get rid of, have this one alone. Or maybe I will also, wait, let's have this file somewhere. Okay. Now, first thing is, we'll get rid of all the contents inside the div. Make this Praveen as app. Let's get rid of Keshav. And we can also get rid of these three things. Okay, so now I want someone to, okay, this is going to be a an interview question. How does that sound? Okay, this is the most common question that I will ask in interviews. So you have an app. Okay. So can someone quickly summarize between what is state and what is a prop? State and prop. Anyone? Okay, I will choose people because there are so many people who have not answered. Sorry, Varsha, I'm going to pull you in. Varsha, can you unmute yourself and just tell me whatever you know about state and prop? And if Varsha's answer is not right, kindly someone else also unmute yourself and correct it. Varsha, would you like to unmute, please? Okay, you are not able to unmute now. Okay, anyone else who wants to go first? Explain about states and props. So that's actually a interview question again. Okay, Varsha can text in the chat box. Go for it. So tell about states and props, and let's hear it from you, and then we will go with the next level. In the meantime, I'm just designing the state can be modified. Amazing. I was about to ask the same question. So what about props? Tell something about props. Okay, Varsha, one small correction. State can be modified using this dot set state. Okay, this dot state is the way to access the states. Okay, so you are taking the states, getting the value by using this dot state. By using this dot set state, you are setting the new state. If you are using this dot state to set a new state, that is, we are already doing this dot state dot place, etc. Right? So if you are doing that way, using this dot state equal to hello, it will not change. If you do this dot state set state status the place is hello, then it will change. Okay. So Keshav says prop is given to the component as an input, whereas state is stored version of prop. Stored version, that's it. It can be prop, it can be any custom values, anything, something like that. Okay, so now we have got this particular example. There is an app component, there is some text, there is a button. So on clicking on the button, I want the text to change. Okay, but what I can do now is, without having any how should I say, without having any new component, I can make it change. So for example, if I have a text here, I have a button here. Okay, right, now we have these two guys, right? Okay, we have got this text and button. So now tell me, how can I, on click of this button, change the text? Anyone, just try to say something. Event listener, amazing. So we'll have a handle click. So we'll do the e.prevent default. And how would we change this text? Tell me some on-click plus function. So on-click plus function, okay, let's do that. On-click, handle click. Okay, that's done. But what I should be writing inside this to make the text change? Value, nope. Okay, first thing, the way I have written text, will this text change at all? It will not. So you need to send this text to a state so that it can be changed. Amazing. Props, we don't need props at this point. State.text. So now we would be using handle click, this dot set state, text changed. Okay, something like this. There are no props at this point. Amazing. So now it got changed. Okay, so this is what is the basic idea. But if you have two components here, let's say there are two components, const button, that will have this button component. So we can give handle click as the passing of parameter here. Okay, and then we can have the text component. That we'll get this component. Now, instead of these two things, we can make it as txt, but it needs what? Text. And then we are going to give this dot state dot text. The same way, we have a button component. It needs the handle click, which is this handle click, and then boom. Am I doing it correctly? Okay, whenever you are trying to use the props, you need to add this thing. So same way here. Okay, so now we have got, because it's going to be props dot. So yeah, for some, I'm still sleeping, so just trying to wake up. So now if you have a button component that has got the handle click from this, and then the text from this state, and then this is a member function. So now you click on this one, this will get changed. So if you see here, this is exactly one of the interview questions that I would generally ask for people to understand the basic React knowledge, if they have got or not. Okay, any questions so far? So that's about states, props, etc. So we kind of got an idea about what states and what props are. And the next thing that we will go through is we are going to create a web application which enables you to have all these ideas. It is always better to have more components, because basically React is mainly created for doing multiple, it should actually help people to make it easier for them to start with a lot of things, right? So that's the thing. And secondly, if there are like so many people in the team and there are like so many pages in the app, it is better to have multiple components, because do you remember the npm run build which I was talking about? So that will compress everything and then send it over to you. So that way it is going to be very easy for the you don't need to think about the performance here. That is the reason. Keshav, was it clear? Amazing. Ayush, Keshav, Krishna, Varsha, any other questions? Was it helpful today? Okay, if it's possible, take a screenshot and then put it on the group wherever you are, or in LinkedIn, anything, whatever you learned. Okay, so that way it will be helping for you as well and for others too. Okay, it was nice meeting you all. We'll meet next week to make that project which we were planning. Okay, cool. So we'll do a small bootstrap demo. Oh yeah, this code is already available here. We can do it in GitHub as well, but here is the code right away. So please use this code sandbox link and the code is available here. Okay, cool. It's just a dummy code, right? That's why I did not use GitHub in this case. Next thing, when we are working with the project, we will definitely use GitHub. Thanks for the idea. Amazing. Any questions, anyone? Have a happy Sunday and thank you so much for coming in. See you all. Bye. Stay home, stay safe. Hey everyone, good morning. And today is the final day, and since we have already covered the couple of things related to Yeah, good afternoon for those people who are in that time zone. Okay, so yesterday we like last week we covered all these things related to a couple of things, like for example the different types of React components. We had seen the data flows, and we have seen different things like how should I say this? There were functional components, class components, etc. And now we are currently working. Oh, don't worry, Ritu. There is already a recording that's posted in YouTube. I believe Divjot has posted it, so don't worry. Yeah. So what all things we covered last week was different types of state components, class components, functional components, states, and props. And we also looked into things like data flows, event listeners, and also we chose a different project last time. It is the multi to-do list, right? So today what we are going to do is we are trying to implement the same thing with all these different elements, so that we are currently creating a complete project today. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. And if I try to stop this play, yeah, okay, cool. So let me open this particular thing. So we are today going to use similarly the same tool like last time. It is called Code Sandbox, which can be used from react.new. So if you open this one, you would be able to see that you get the exact same thing that you saw last time using the VS Code. You got it here. Okay. So basically what we want to do, I'll tell you for those people who have not attended. So you have a to-do list, right? This is basically something like this, and then you have an input box that adds a to-do, and checking will remove the to-do. This is the basic to-do we all know. But what we are going to do today is okay, Divjot, you should be able to send the link of the previous session. Anyway, so hey Anshul, I can see that your name. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, super. Yeah, Divjot has shared the previous session link. So today let's concentrate on this particular to-do where there are like multi-level to-do. That is, how should I do this? Okay, let me show you something like this. We have something called as to-do. Okay, multi-level to-do, and we have got, let's say, a heading, and it's going to be like this: task 1, task 2, something like this, and then another heading, new, something like that. Then you have got another task. So something like this. This is not your normal to do. Okay, so this is what we are going to do with all the different things like Bootstrap and other stuff. So that would be really amazing. So let's have a quick look at it. Any questions related to what the project is about? Maybe you will get to know. Typora is free. I'm using it for free. Keshav, what you can do is get the old version, the beta version of Typora, that is free. Okay, cool. So let's go back to our stuff. Now we need a class component to store all these things in the state. So that is the first thing that we are going to do. And don't forget to take all screenshots and post it on different places. So that would be amazing as well. And let's go quickly see what we are going to do. Yeah. Sorry about this. Okay, amazing. So the first thing is we are going to create a class component. So I'm going to open a new window and select a language, which is React. And if I do RCC, which I told you yesterday, it gives you something like this. So this is a class component. Export default app will give you this. So we start with the app thing here, and I'm going to remove every single thing here. We don't need export default here. So now we have got this app. Component is not defined. All right. So we need to get the component from react.component. Okay, let's do import component from React. And again, even this needs to be changed to JSR. So I'm going to change all the file associations for JS to JSR so that it understands the JavaScript side of things. Okay, cool. So basically our to-dos have to have the perfect data structure as well. So now we also create a new state here so that this can be saved here. And in this part, what we will be doing is we need to have the to-dos as an object, because we need to add a new state, right? So this, or maybe we can do like this. It's going to be an array. So we start with something basic dot app. We have the basic app, and we can have a h2 h1 saying multi to-dos. Now we will also see something called as SCSS. So I'm going to use Node SAS for this. So we saw what SCSS in the last time. So it is a different way of writing CSS, which is amazing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new directory called styles, and then another new directory called components, and put app inside that, styles inside that, and in the index I'm going to use components /app. So here we have got .app font family as, let's use Open Sans. But before that, let's also add our Bootstrap. So if you go to getbootstrap.com, we would be able to go to the old version. Old version is really good. So I'm just going to use the old version here. And as we know, index.html is the main page that gets loaded with all the different things. So here I'm going to add this link rel style sheet, and also fonts.google.com. Let's try to add Open Sans. Any questions so far? Let's add this light. Let's add the regular. Let's add the semi-bold as well. Okay, 3 fonts. I'm going to copy this link and then put it even before the style sheets. Okay, now we need to connect the SCSS file to the index. So here, like how we have created the app to the component, I'm going to do import styles index dot or styles SCSS. Or I would better say index.scss, because we want to connect it with this. So it should be index. That's the starting of the styles. So now if we refresh this page, most probably it should be Open Sans. This is Open Sans font. Amazing. So now we need a nav bar. So basically I have got this amazing GitHub repository, which is called as React Bootstrap Helpers or Bootstrap React Helpers something. Let me open that for you. Okay, Bootstrap React Helpers it is. So this one will contain almost all the different components for Bootstrap created from the Bootstrap's documentation. So what do we need? We need a header. Okay, this is the header. How many of you want a dark header? How many of you want a light header? Tell me. Thank you, Anshul. And how many of you want a dark? How many of you want a light? Okay, we have 2 dark, 1 light. That's amazing, Keshav. Even I love light sometimes. Minimalistic light, nice. So we have an equal thing. So can someone please tell me what should we go for? Come on, light mode or dark mode? I need one more. Should go for light. Okay. Let's go for light. So there is this header that we need to add. So what I'm going to do is after the import React, I'm going to do import header from, I already said I'm taking it Anshul. Yes. Okay. So if we do here, we're going to do multi React to do. So now we can also make this into middle align, center align, etc. by using a class. Let's use class name header first. And then in this, we are going to use justify content center, which means it's going to do the flexbox justification. Cool. Amazing. So now we will also give some margin bottom few minutes. And then here is where we come to the main stuff. So we want a panel most probably. So a panel looks like this. It's called card. Well, I'm just still thinking if we should do this one. So we need a multi-level to do, right? Let me think of something at this point. Okay. There's a bit crazy thing here. So anyway, it's an array, right? So most probably arrays should have something cool. So basically, if you have an alert, let's try searching for an alert. What if there is nothing in the content? So something like this, right? So we will try to use an info alert. Okay. So this is the conditional rendering part. This dot state dot to dos dot length. If the size is like, oh, there is a screenshot that's been sent. There are like so many people joining already, man. How can that be not possible? Okay, interesting. Oh, thank you so much, Anshul. All right, coming back to our stuff. If the length is greater than 0, then to-dos found. If not, no to-dos. So at this point, it says no to-dos, right? Because there are no to-dos at this point. Okay, what we will do now is, let's try to add something simple here. So what do we want to do? If there is nothing, we want to use a alert, something like this, right? Okay, so no to-dos found. Please add a section first. Okay, so basically it works like sections. So now in this part as well, what I wanted to do is, I want to give a margin as well here because it's so close. Let's give M3 so that it looks like this. Prerequisites. What prerequisites? Uddhav? I don't think there is any prerequisites because we covered everything last week, right? In the different things related to. Okay, so if I want to repeat everything for learning React, if you see, this is your first class. This is actually the 4th class, Uddhav. Anyway, I'll show you what all the prerequisites are there. There is a site called roadmap.sh. So basically, if you want to get into React, you need to get into front end. So front end, okay, I'll just tell you here itself. Okay, basically you start with what is front end? HTML, CSS, right? So this is the basic front end. And the next step is JavaScript. So once you learned JavaScript, the latest version of JavaScript is called ES6. So try to learn ES6 as well. Then you start with React. So if you want to go much further in React, there is something called as a state management called Redux as well. So these two things will help you in the first level. Then finally, you are here where you will be using the backend, which is Node and Express.js. Was this helpful? This is the roadmap. A quick roadmap for what all things that you want to know in React. Okay, so we are here at this point. Cool, man. Thank you. Thanks for asking that question. Okay, so coming back to our stuff. So we have got no to-dos. Okay, it doesn't look so good. So I'm going to make it center aligned. So text -center. These are all bootstrap classes. So you can use the same bootstrap classes here. So right now there are some to-dos found. Now, how should we get this to do? So first thing, we need to also add the section name. Let's start with what? First section. Or else we can start with front end. And then it starts with no to-dos, right? List. The first one I wanted to be is item. So the item name is like, we start with HTML. And then let's have another thing called completed. Let's put false. Okay, this is the similar data structure that we are going to use here. CSS. So these are the two things inside this particular thing. So we are going to copy the same thing once again here. Script. React. Backend. So in the JavaScript, basic JavaScript, then we have ES6. We have got React.js, React library, Redux library. And then in the in the backend, we can do Node.js, Express.js. Okay, now we need to show this sections in a really better way. Okay, so should we also add to do IDs? That will also be, hey Shubham, nice to meet you. That will also be nice. But let's start with something basic. So there are some to-dos found. Okay, so we are gonna do M3 once again. And then inside this, what I wanted to do is, I don't want to explain again, man. Lot of things you missed. Yeah, it's been 20 minutes, but don't worry, it's fine. We talked about React and the data structures of the multi-to-do list and stuff like that. Okay, coming back to what we are working on. So here, we are supposed to start with something like a responsive thing. So we'll do .container fluid .row .call 12 .call MD6. All the best, Anshul. Go for it. Okay, cool. So we have this left side and right side. I don't know why I used left side and right side, but let's have it this way. So the first one will be a form, and second one will be the to-dos. This is how we are going to start with. So for the form, what we want to do is we want to add a new section. Okay, let's say add a new section and then list of to-dos. Okay, so far it is clear, right? Any questions? So let's have this add a new section always there, which means what I made is totally a wrong thing. I'm gonna kind of change the whole thing to like this. So this should come here, and this should come here, and this should come like this. So basically, if there are no to-dos as well,
can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful.
so this will be like this. So no to-dos found, please add something. And but why does this come this way? Okay, we don't need the M3 once again. Right. Okay, so you have got these two things right now. But I'm still confused. Why does it take so small? That's interesting. Let's have a look at what is happening here. So basically it shows this way, okay? But this should take up full screen, full width, right? Okay, this is nice. That is my fault. Sorry about this. So this should be inside call 12, call MD6. These kind of mistakes will happen always. So there you go. And if it is a small one, MT3 and then MT fourth one. Yeah, take a screenshot to post it on LinkedIn and other places. It will be amazing. Okay, here's a post. Dude, say yes, you have taken. All right. Anyway, thank you. So coming back to what we were working on, this is what we have got so far. So if you come here, it shows this way. And MTMD 0. So in case if it is a big size, then you don't have any top margins. And also it is not 6 here. So we can give 3. List of to-dos, right? Oh yeah. So this we can give 3 and this we can give 9. So that you have a lot of space here. So it's like this. Okay, cool. Now if we get rid of all these things, you have got the list of to-dos and add a new section. Perfect. Now, for the list of to-dos, we need to do something totally different. I'm still thinking what I should be doing. So we will be using the same MT3 and these things so that it gets some spaces after the list of to-dos. Now, for the section thing, it's very easy. We just need only one form, but we need to display this in such a nice way. I'm still confused on what should I do. Okay, so it's the state.todos. So I'm going to create a new component called todos.js. Const todos equal to. Okay, the first thing that I want to do is it's going to be todos, right? We can give list of to-dos. And we need all to-dos. Okay, so now instead of this, I can give to-dos. This is what I want, but it should import from to-dos from to-dos. Did I miss something? Export default to-dos. This always happens, so don't forget to do this. Right. Let me send the code here. Right. So we can see that this has been sent from the other, this is coming from the other component. So all to-dos will be this dot state dot to-dos. Cool, that works. Now, if I open this guy, it's got this one, right? All to-dos is like, what is all to-dos at this point? So I usually use this pre, which I shared you yesterday. Let's give some nice classes. BG light, border, rounded, P1, something like this. Now, if I do JSON.stringify and I give all to-dos null, comma 2, something I messed up again. What am I doing here? Yeah, there you go. So you could see that all the sections and other things are there. Okay, so basically we are going to loop through this section and do something. Okay, all to-dos dot map. These are sections, right? Section. For every section, we need to do something. So I'm going to get this pre tag, and instead of all to-dos, I'm going to put as section. Oops, not this section, please. Yeah. So there is this particular section which has got a heading, and then there is a list of items as well. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do here is I need a panel, a card. So we go back to this guy. I'll wait for your question, Ritu. Okay, so we have got these things. So for the list ready alone, we need to make this list group. So here it is the list group, and there is disabled items, and there is this one. The first thing is we need to do list hyphen group. And we are going to map through the same thing, like for how we have done this all to dos. Similarly, section.list.map. We have Keshav, was it clear? So what I made a mistake was I just removed this one. That is the problem. So yeah. So now it works. And then we have got HTML and CSS. Then we have got inside JavaScript these two things. If there are no items, it says no items found. So far we have done these things. On click, it should actually change the logic. So far that is one thing. And we also need an additional one here. So let's look at the card, how we can add something here. So if we need a button here in the text header, content or header. So this is the header. Basically I can add a, basically I can add a button there, like a plus button or something like that. And let's see if that works. I don't know what's going to happen, but okay, no, we are not going to ruin this because we are going to use it the form side of things. Okay, process flow. So basically we have got this particular data structure here. Okay, so to-dos is an array. Okay, an array of sections, and each section will contain a list of items. Got it? So this is the section called frontend, and it has got the items HTML and CSS. For now, if we give true here, based on that, I'll just show you how it looks like. Now, if this item dot completed, then again another conditional stuff. So I'm going to add one more thing. Item dot completed. Then I'm going to add something like, let's not use active, but let's use disabled or light. If not, nothing. Yeah, it is kind of I know what exactly happened here. There you go. But basically, I don't want this way. This doesn't even look good. Let's use dark. See, here HTML is done. So CSS is not done. Something like that. It is kind of like success state. Okay. So basically, this is the data structures. You have every single thing is a section here. And inside the section, you have got a list of items. And each item, whether it is completed or not, is being shown. Is it clear, Ritu? So that exactly is what is here. And then we have got multiple components here. So one of the component is the to-do list component. Okay, I think we need to have flow through the classes. Wait, I'll just show you it in a better way here. Wait. So if you see, if you take this part, and if I open the components, you'll be able to see that there is this big app. This big app has got these states. Okay, each state has got a to-do. The main state has got to-dos, and this state, this component to-dos receives all these to-dos. Okay, this class, this card, okay, there is a card for every single to-do. So every single to-do is converted into a card, and each card has got this header and the content as the children, which is these children. Is that clear? Sorry if just ask more questions in case if you are not sure, Ritu. Okay, Ritu, I'm just gonna allow you to talk. So please unmute yourself and ask your question so that it will be.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you so much. To my question, and I'm sorry for this.
That's totally fine. See, basically you need to learn. That's it. Go on.
Yeah. So my question is that how is the process flow happening through the files? This is a structure I understood. In app, you have to-dos and then all to-dos, and then you have cards, and card has specific to-do. But how is the process flow happening right from your index file? If you have covered it in the earlier class.
Okay. This is basically you're asking how React works. That was covered in the last two sessions.
Okay, I'll get the recordings. Maybe.
Amazing. So
right,
basically,
so
it is a
sorry about
React application, and we are starting from the basics of the things. So we started with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a bit of ES6, and then we are here at this point. Okay, I totally get it now. Yeah, you need to know React. At this point, you need to know advanced React, which we took last week, which includes the data flow, the functions, etc., all the basic details, etc. Thanks. So yeah, unfortunately, you need to know those things. That's what we took last week. Cool. Okay, so coming back to what we are working on. Divjot, add that list. Add the video URL. Divjot, you are gonna get a bash from me now. They are saying they did not know when these things happened, it seems. Okay, anyway, let's come back to what we are working on. So far we have got till this, right? We also saw that this is being updated, and this is done so far, right? Now the next thing that we are going to do is trying to add a new to-do and stuff like that. So let's start with adding a section alone. Or should we also add something like section and, okay, let's do this. Content editable node. I'm still confused what we should be doing here. Let's use a form.js and form, same things. Anshul, if you want to ask questions not related to this, we will take it in a separate session. This is also being recorded and showed to a lot of people, so I cannot answer a lot of questions, right? So let's add a form. I'm like literally confused now. So we need to also get the complete list of to-dos. Okay, so we need to also get the complete list of sections, whether it is a new section or it is going to be a new to-do. Okay. First thing, let's get the card as well. So we are going to get this one. I'm confused now. Okay, so for this card, let's try to get the form inside this. Did it work? Nope. Okay, so let's add form. Oh, forgot to export. Right. So we have a form here, and this form will have to-dos. This dot state dot to-dos. Okay, now we have sent this form here. The first thing that we want to see is getting this. See, if for those people who are sending me LinkedIn messages, obviously I'm going to reply it. So no need to tell that. To-dos. Two. Okay. So you see all these things, right? Basically, I want to get all the section names. So here, if I do sec names and to-dos, it's going to show me all these things. Dot map. I want to map in such a way that each section will have the section name. Yes, dot section name. Why did I even use this name? Okay, so now I have got all these section names. This is what I want. Now, if I get this one, so at this point, I need a form inside. Okay, we already have a form. The title is add to-do or section. So first thing is, I wanted to have a text box, obviously. Let's add some class name. Form control. Good. Now placeholder. Enter section name or to-do. It's actually a multi thing. So we are actually doing something really crazy. I don't know what is gonna happen. So it is going to be either a section name or a to-do item. We will put under. This is the worst way of doing things. Let's use an under. Now let's use my2. Okay, good. Under, we need also a select dot form control. Okay, amazing. Under what? Option. Create a new section or dot map okay, if you see here, is it under a new section? You want to create a new section or under these to do? New item under, or we can do create new section. We don't need this under at all. And then we can give empty something like this. Okay, so enter the section name of to do, create a new section or new item under frontend, new item under JavaScript, new item under backend, or new item under no items. And then we can also create import submit okay, so that way it works. Now if I do this, if I have it this way, it says add section, but let's make it dynamic, which means I'll tell you what. Now we need this as the return value. We need this item. So this is, we all know it's called use state, and it's gonna give us a controlled component. So value is item, and on change we're gonna do set item e dot target dot value. Okay, similarly we are gonna do the same thing here, but instead of this, it's gonna be section subsection. So this is gonna be section subsection. Okay. So at this point of time, it's a create a new section. If I do these things, it goes this way, right? So at this point, it's going to be an empty string. So if it is an empty string, I want it to be a section. What is it again? Section equal to true. It's a section, not item. That's it. Okay. So if I do this way, it says add item. If I do this way, it says add section. Got it? So that is exactly what I was doing here. Was it any is it clear? So did you understand what exactly I did here? So basically I connected this one with the button. If anything other than new section, it is going to be add a new item. Okay, so we can also add this in a clear way, which says add new. It says add new item. If I do this, it says add new section. Keshav, clear? So based on this selection, this button value changes. Okay, starting part of the form. So you have these two things, right? This is new item, new section, and even this one I will try to change. Start of the form. So these two things are the states, state of this component. What is there inside that component? That kind of a thing. Got it? Cool, clear? Okay, super. Right. Now we have got till this. The next thing is I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. It's actually confusing for me as well. How am I gonna make all the other things? So far, we have got this. So first thing, we need to enter a section. Adding a section should be easier. So what I'm gonna do now is add section name. That's it. That's all we need. Okay. What this need to do is this dot set state Delete to do. I know add to do itself we did not do, bro. Okay, let's start with the add section first. Okay, and then we will finish it off today for this. I'm literally confused at this point. So I need to get the section completely. What we can do is, so this way it will remove the thing of things, something. Okay. Literally, I'm getting confused at this point. Sorry about that. Actually, we can make this as to-dos itself. Okay. So what I want to do is to-dos dot push. We need a new section name, right? We already have got the section name and all. Section name, comma, list as nothing. So this is what we wanted to do. I hope this works. I don't know what I have done. I'll explain you, but wait. So we want to add a new section. What is the new section can we add? Just one message from anyone. Maybe Ritu, because you are trying to follow this. So I'm just going to ask you. What is the new section you want to create? Okay, it will not work because we have not added this add section thing here. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the add section thing. So form is here. Add section equal to add section. But in the meantime, please tell me what is the new section that I want to add. Just tell a name. Okay, this is the form. This is the add section. DevOps. Okay, that works. So Keshav, you said DevOps. So you're getting some kind of a gift card from me. Unfortunately, Ritu, you missed it. All right, Keshav, message me. I'll give you something cool. Okay, so add section needs to get the thing and then it needs to get disabled. Okay, now on submit, let's have handle submit. Const handle submit equal to event. I don't want this form to refresh the page. Okay, now we have got the item and section. So if the section nothing, which means create a new section. Okay, that is what it says. Now I'm gonna do add section and then content as item. Okay, and I need to update both the things. Set item as nothing, set section as nothing as well. This is the reset thing. You were trying to get the old recordings, but which are not available. Divjot just shared a YouTube URL, right? Divjot, can you share once again, please? The old YouTube URL, the previous session's YouTube URL. Now. Okay, so let's try this. There's only one now. Divjot not in the meta. No, actually the whole thing is combined, I guess. That is what he said. It is completely combined. 3 sessions are in that one thing. That's what he said. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's go for this. Now, I don't know if this works. DevOps. Nothing is there, no? Click on create new section and add new section. Boom. DevOps. You have got a new section. Good, right? Okay. Before that, I wanted to also do something really quick. Instead of this empty thing, I want to give it to the previous one as MB. Okay, now let's refresh this page. Oh, that does not work correctly. Any other empty? No, that's perfect. This should work, right? Krishna has shared the link. Please kindly check it out. Okay, for some reason, even this is coming in a wrong way. Oh, I guess it is the section thing. Why do I have this way? The card form to-dos. Does anyone see empty anywhere? List group, MB3. There you done. Okay, so we have got something like this. Section needs to be added on the bottom, so that's how we made it. DevOps. Boom. And DevOps gets added here. Now, if you see this, there is also a new item under DevOps. Let's try using Angular. You get new item under Angular as well coming in. Okay, so to an extent we have got this working. Just only one thing we need to work, that is add to do. That will take a section name and an item. Okay, so the same way we're going to do this one like this. Okay, instead of to-dos.push, what we are going to do is to-dos of section name dot list dot push. We need the item name. Item name, what did we do? Item only. Okay, so we will be putting item and completed as false. Dude, that's it. I guess it worked. Is that all? I mean, like, okay, we are not sure, but let's see. So if I refresh this page, we have backend, we need DevOps, we created a new section, yes, superb, and we are going to, did it have it? Did we even work? No. Add to do. We need to send this add to do as well. Okay, so basically if we go here, else add to do section comma item. Cool. This should work. Actually, we could have done it in a single one, but it's all right. Since this is going to be a common stuff, I'm going to add this here. Now let's refresh. Okay, basically this is what it is. Under the no items, here's an item. Ocha. It did not work. To-dos dot section name, yeah. That list should be there only, no. List is here only. Why was this wrong? To-dos of section name is what? So if I put like new item, boom, gone. Okay, so it definitely adds no items here. Oh, wait. Section name. No, section name should be the section ID. Damn. Understood. So option value is not S. So we'll use the S ID. Okay, wow. Could be here. Right, Ra. That was the message. That was the error which I made. Okay, let's try one last time. Okay, new item. Under no items. Please work. There you go. Let's add another one. Another item. So we are able to add the items as no items. Now we can also do changing this, renaming this, etc., etc. So those kind of things can also be done. But yeah, let me see if there is anything else that I can try to do. So here is the complete demo here. Enjoy. Any questions, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and other places. I hope today we understood the basic stuff at least. So I'll do one thing. I'll just allow everyone to talk and start video as well. Like maybe you can, Ritu, you are the first person to ask a lot of good questions. Would you like to switch on your video and say hi to everyone? What did you do, etc. And let's have a quick intro.
Maybe the next time. I'm still in my sleepy phase. I'm so sorry. I was quite concentrated to see how it is working.
But what was your feedback today? How was it?
I am not the right person to give a feedback because somebody who's not attended any of this, I think it is more of a feedback to me rather than, giving it.
All right. So here is everything about me. And let's ask Keshav. Keshav, you tell something. Because you have been attending, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, how was it?
So it was a pretty good sessions. Those sessions were pretty good, and I was able to understand most of the things. I have to sometimes go back into the videos, recorded sessions to review some stuff, but this was actually beneficial to me.
Definitely, because Divjot gave me only 4 sessions, and this is the last one. I just wanted to make sure that everything is crammed inside it. But at the same time, if you can see the old videos as well, which was shared by you again, Krishna, and that would have been that has got everything entirely. So you can take it as a reference and then go with this. Oh, even he said the same thing, is it? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll see what I can do, or maybe whatever we did today, I'll try to do a completely beginner series on how we achieved this. That might help a lot of people, right? What do you think? Amazing. So thank you so much for everyone for coming here. And also please add me on LinkedIn. And in case if you are looking for any new roles, jobs, want to come to the UK. By the way, with Ritu, where are you right now? And what are you doing? Okay, you are in Delhi and you just woke up just now. I'm in London. I woke up at like 5 a.m. Okay, anyway, nice. So in case if anyone wants to come to the UK, London to work or study, please do reach out to me. That's my LinkedIn, and get connected with me and let's do amazing things. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe. Your health is more important. And any other questions? Keshav's swags will be provided by Divjot. Go and bug him. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, maybe I can say that the swags for today is, in case if you are interested in these things, definitely we are working in the office, the same thing. So if you are interested, come in, let's attend an interview and get a job. How does that sound? Thank you all. Have a nice Sunday. See you all. Bye.